It is time for the knockout stage of the Asian Cup. On today's episode, we will recap and analyze Iran's match against the UAE and preview Iran's upcoming match against Syria. You know the deal, and you know what time it is. It's time for Team Melli Talk. Another match for Team Melli at the Education City Stadium. Hey everyone, welcome back to Team Melli Talk. We know what you want, so let's get right to Iran's starting lineup against the UAE. Of course, getting the start in goal, Ali Reza Beiranvand. Now for the backline, Ehsan Hajsafi, Shoja Khalilzadeh, Hossein Kanani, Sadegh Moharrami. Now for the midfielders, Mehdi Ghaidi, Saeed Izzatullahi, Saman Goldus, Ali Golizadeh. And of course up top, Mehdi Taremi, Sardar Azmoun. More changes to Iran's starting lineup, but it was definitely exciting to see Azmoun and Golizadeh in the starting 11. Iran was ready to face a familiar opponent, and the underdogs UAE were also ready. Iran was the better team right from the start, a huge difference from the previous match, better teamwork, more aggressiveness, playing for the 3 points. Iran took the lead in the 26th minute, a beautiful finish from Mehdi Taremi for his first goal of the 2023 Asian Cup. Iran would have a 1-0 lead at halftime, but the bad news is that right back Sadegh Moharrami had to be subbed off because of a knee injury. He would be replaced by Ramin Rezaian. Iran continued to attack in the second half, and here we see Azmoun's shot go wide. The match continued to go Iran's way until a VAR decision. UAE is awarded a penalty in the 64th minute. This is their chance to score the equalizer. Yahya Al-Ghassemi to take the penalty, but it is saved by Ali Reza Beiranvand. He once stopped Ronaldo's penalty, so this was obviously easy for Ali Reza Beiranvand. 1 minute later, Mehdi Taremi makes it 2-0 for Iran. What an amazing sequence of events. Azmoun with the assist, and the Team Melli bench comes to celebrate. This goal came in the 65th minute. Iran refused to sit on a 2-goal lead and kept attacking. The ball found its way to Mohamed Mohebi, and the second half sub finds the back of the net. But wait, VAR got involved once again, and the goal was disallowed because of this incidental contact from Mohebi. No goal, the score remained 2-0. Late in stoppage time, the UAE cut the lead in half through Al-Ghassemi. But that's the way the match would end, a 2-1 victory for Iran over the United Arab Emirates. With Iran's win over the UAE, Iran has won Group C. UAE and Palestine also advanced with 4 points each. Hong Kong has been eliminated. As for the statistics, Iran won the possession battle, had more total shots, but less shots on target. First of all, I just want to be clear and share that I'm very glad that Iran played much better against the United Arab Emirates. There was definitely much better effort, and everyone looked like they really wanted to win. Obviously, Iran should have won 3-1. But of course, VAR sometimes does more harm than good. For this analysis, I am starting with head coach Amir Ghalenoui. I was thrilled with this starting lineup. And I think the big reason why I was really excited with the starting 11 is because Ali Golizadeh replaced Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh in the starting lineup. The reason why Ali Golizadeh makes Iran much better is because of his dribbling skills and his quick decision making. He is a very smart player, he brings a spark to Team Melli, and he makes a lot of good decisions on the pitch. Mehdi Ghaidi was solid in this match once again, and he has the attitude and quickness you want in a winger. He is fast, he will test opposing keepers from long range, and he is tough to mark. When talking about the central midfielders, Saman Goldus continues to be in very good form. And Saeed Izzatullahi, he was involved in the move that led to Taremi's first goal against the UAE. Next, I want to talk about two of the second half substitutes. First, Mohamed Mohebi. I liked what I saw from Mohebi off the bench, and I think this is where he'll be most effective. And of course, it was very disappointing to see a goal taken away from him for doing nothing wrong. As for the next second half sub, Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh. Well, like I've said before, I really don't know what to say about Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh. He continues to play poorly, and it was his bad pass in the middle third of the pitch that led to the goal scored by Yahya Al-Gassemi. I know there are lots of times when I don't have much praise for head coach Amir Ghalenoui, but taking Jahan Bash out of the starting lineup was definitely a very good decision because Ali Golizadeh has better chemistry with Mehdi Taremi and Sardar Azmoun. Next, it is unfortunate that right back Sadek Moharami tore his ACL in the match against the UAE. Moharami was playing very well in the Asian Cup. But of course, we all wish him a speedy recovery. As expected, Ramin Rezaian came on to replace Moharami, and he was solid. But when looking back at the goal scored by the UAE, Ramin Rezaian pushed up a little too far, and this created difficulties for Iran's center backs. They got stretched too thin, and Yahya Al-Gassemi finished off his goal with no problems. As for Iran's center backs, Shoja Khaliazadeh was solid against the UAE. He didn't win some of his challenges in the air, but he was decent. As for Hossein Kenani, he was responsible for the foul that led to a penalty for the UAE. But because of his yellow card, it means he will be suspended for the second round match against Syria. Overall, Shoja Khaliazadeh and Hossein Kenani were solid, but Iran's backline continues to be a big concern for Team Melli. Before getting to the two best players on the pitch for Iran, I've got to share my praise for Alireza Beiranvand. It's true that recently Alireza Beiranvand has not been in the best form. He's also had some problems with passing the ball and his ball distribution skills in general. But he stopped Yahya Al-Gassemi's penalty kick. And he continues to show why he is so valuable to Team Melli, and I think he can play a big part in helping Iran go far in this tournament. Of course, Mehdi Taremi was the man of the match. He scored both goals, and he is easily the best player on Team Melli. I mean, he does everything. He scores goals, he's great at passing the ball, he drops back in midfield to help jumpstart attacks, and he is just a very good leader. My man of the match was actually Sardar Azmoun. I mean, he got the assist on both goals scored by Mehdi Taremi. He helped out on defense, and his awareness is excellent. So glad to see him back in the starting 11. Once again, a good win for Team Melli over the UAE. With Iran winning Group C and booking a spot in the knockout phase, Iran will face Syria in the second round. And this is another team that Iran is very familiar with, especially because Syria is one of the only teams that agrees to play Iran in friendly matches. Take a look at the all-time history. 18 wins for Iran, 11 draws, and 1 win for Syria. But at the Asian Cup, only one meeting back in 1980, that match ended in a scoreless draw. This is Syria's 7th appearance at the Asian Cup, and this is the first time Syria has made it to the knockout stage. The last meeting between these two teams took place in the final round of 2022 World Cup qualifying. Iran scored a 3-0 victory in Amman, Jordan. The goal scorers on that day were Sardar Azmoun, Ehsan Hajsafi, and Ali Golizadeh. Syria is coming off a 1-0 win over India. The goal for Syria was scored by Omar Khribin. I think a decent amount of Iranian football fans probably won't take Syria very seriously, but this team is very different from the team that Iran faced back in 2021. Here are the players to watch: Ayham Osu, Jalil Elias, Ezekiel Ham, Ibrahim Hesar, and Pablo Sabag. Ayham Osu is a defender who plays for Slavia Praha in the Czech Republic. He was born in Sweden and even made one appearance for the Swedish national team in 2022 before switching allegiance to Syria. Defensive midfielder Jalil Elias is currently playing for Johor Darul Takzim in Malaysia, but Jalil Elias was born in Argentina and played his club football in Argentina from 2015 to 2023. Ezekiel Ham was also born in Argentina and currently plays for Independiente Rivadavia. Ezekiel Ham plays as a central midfielder, and both he and Elias have played the full 90 minutes together in every match so far at the Asian Cup. Next, winger Ibrahim Hesar, who currently plays for Belgrano in the Argentine Primera Division. Hesar is a winger, but he can also play as an attacking midfielder. Last but not least, forward Pablo Sabag of Alianza Lima in Peru. Sabag was born in Colombia, and besides playing his club football in Colombia, he's also had stints in Portugal and in Argentina. The head coach of Syria is former Argentine center back Hector Cooper. Cooper has a very long coaching CV. He was head coach of Egypt at the 2018 World Cup in Russia, and he also had a short stint as head coach of Uzbekistan. But aside from his coaching CV, he has brought a new South American identity to the Syrian national team, and this isn't surprising because he wants footballers who know his style of football. As for the keys to victory, number 1, do not overcommit in attack. Number 2, be physical in the middle third of the pitch. Syria finished with 4 points and only 1 goal in Group B. The only victory, a 1-0 win over India. So yes, so far, Syria's performance in the Asian Cup does not appear to be anything special. But the other results were a scoreless draw against Uzbekistan and a close 1-0 loss to Australia. The bottom line is that Syria is very disciplined on defense, and this is why Iran must be very careful when throwing players forward during an attack. And let's not forget, Iran will face Syria on January 31st at the Abdullah bin Khalifa Stadium in Doha. Now to finish off this edition of Team Melli Talk, I want to talk tactics. And I'm being honest when I say this, Amir Ghalanoui does have tactics. But to be more clear, Amir Ghalanoui doesn't have a huge selection of tactics, to be honest. I mean, let's face it, we see a lot of the same from Team Melli. Moving the ball, switching the field, attacking from the flanks, sending the ball into the penalty area or crossing the ball into the penalty area, and hoping someone scores. But in the win against the UAE, we saw some good one-touch ball movement, we saw more attacks that started in the middle of the pitch, we saw good finishing, and Taremi's goals were perfect examples. We know that phrase, winning cures everything. And as long as Ghalanoui puts his best players on the pitch, anything is possible. Good luck to Iran against Syria. You got this.